Okay, so let's start the class. So in the last class, we discussed the mesh current or loop current analysis, and we took a generic problem with three loops and two voltage sources and several impedances in the circuit. Okay, so this was the circuit, and as I mentioned that if we take uh, impedance instead of resistance, then it will be more general because the concept of impedance can be also applied for DC circuits where this impedance is approximated to resistance. Okay, so this circuit we took in the last class, and this circuit, as you can see, consists of three loops, and therefore we took three loop currents. Now, all these loops, the current directions are same, or that means in the clockwise direction. That is the convention, but it is not. Uh, you can also select. You can also choose your own current direction. But as per this current direction, first we wrote the KVL equation for these three loops, and then we modified the KVL equation, and we got the equation like this these three, that is the equation number 4, 5 and 6. Okay, and this equation 4, 5, 6 are the basis of the uh, loop current equation, where directly without writing the KVL also we can obtain the loop current equation. Okay, so these are the equation which is within the circle. So just by the visual inspection we can write the voltage equations for loop currents. So up to this we discussed in the last class, and then how to solve this. One of the way to discuss that is by using the Cramer's rule. For that we have to first represent that those three equation in form of matrix equation like this, and from this matrix equation we have to solve the current vector, because all the other things are known. That is the impedances and voltage sources, the values are known. So this is how you can calculate the currents by using Cramer's rule. If you have any question, you can ask me or we can proceed further. So there are a lot of problem in your books. Books are there. Uh, the suggested books are there in your syllabus. Any of the book you can take, and you can exercise different numerical problems. If you have any problem, you can ask me. Anything you have in your mind? No? Okay. Now let's take a numerical problem. It's a very simple problem like this. So this branch has two resistances. Another branch is there that also has two resistances, and we have an independent current source over here. Okay, now this is 3, this is 4, this is 2, and this is okay. So this we take 2, and these are the 2 points A and B. So you have to calculate the voltage between A and B. Can we solve this by the loop current technique or mesh current technique or not? So that we have to see first whether we can calculate by using loop current technique.
Yes, sir. In the we can yes, sir. We can calculate the currents in a branch A and branch B. Then I 2 into I1 and minus 3 into I2. We
No,
can
no, no.
calculate it.
Okay, so you can obviously you can calculate. There are several other methods. হ্যাঁ, ক্লাসে আছে। আমি তাকে Okay, so using mesh current technique only, so you have to determine this, not by any other technique, because it's a very simple circuit. You can opt any method to solve this, but for this particular problem, you have to use only the mesh current method, a mesh current technique that you have learned in the last class. Got my point? So, anyone will suggest that how can we apply the mesh current technique here? Anyone? Is the technique is not clear to you?
Sir, can I break the current source to voltage source and
Yes, you can. You can, and you have to do that because though we can see almost two loops, but the loop consisting of current source only cannot be considered for the mesh current technique. So therefore, what you have to do, you have to convert this current first, current source first. Sorry, here we haven't mentioned the current value. Okay, so the current source we have to convert to the voltage source as I have discussed in the first class. Okay, so uh, here we can take any of the branch because any of the branch is okay. Now here you see 3 ohm and 4 ohm is there. This branch if we take, then what should be the converted voltage source and the equivalent resistance? Now first, whether this current source can be converted, what is the condition for that? Whether this current source can be converted to voltage source or not. What is the condition? Anyone? I'm asking that we have a current source, independent current source. Now, whether this current source can be converted to a voltage equivalent voltage source that I discussed in the very first class. What is the condition for that?
the resistance and the current source are connecting parallel, we can therefore convert it maybe.
Okay, correct. So that means a current source
Current
must
source must be connected in parallel, sir.
in parallel with some resistance, not in series. So that you have to first see whether this circuit consists of a current source in parallel with some resistances or not. Okay, so here it is there, so we can convert it. If we take this first branch, that means the branch having 3 ohm and 4 ohm resistances, then that means it's a voltage source. What will be the voltage source value? So first we can convert this to a voltage source in series with the resistance, the same resistance. So here we have the 3 ohm and here we have the 4 ohm. The same resistances will come. Okay.
The 35 volt.
And these two resistance will be as it is. So it will be 5 into 7, isn't it? So this is 35 volt, because the voltage value equals to the current into the resistances in parallel. So it will be 35 volts, correct? Now this becomes the loop. Now these points will not change. That means this is the A point and this is the B point, because the A point is the junction between the 3 ohm and 4 ohm, and B point is the junction between the 2 ohm resistances. Now here in this circuit, we got only one loop, so only one loop current is sufficient. Suppose I. Now the thing is very easy. That means according to the loop currents, so we have to take the self resistances, that is 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 into I equals to the voltage value present in that loop, that is 35. Okay, so remember we are not using the KVL, we are using the loop current techniques, which says that for the first loop equation, loop current equation, we have to consider the self resistances, okay, of the first loop itself. So here the self resistances are 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, so into the current value equals to the voltage value. So if we consider this, so what will be the value of this I?
3.1, sir. A rounding of 3.1.
Okay, so this is 35 divided by 11, isn't it?
Yes, sir. After rounding off, it is coming around 3.1 ampere.
So 3.1 amp. Now we have to calculate the voltage between A and B. So how we can calculate that?
The
Sir,
current into the times the like
sir.
6 in between the the resistance to the resistance.
Hmm,
3.1 into 6. Also.
3.1.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in the first diagram that you drawn, in there, sir, the 3 ohm and 4 ohm resistance are in series, and 2 ohm and 2 ohm resistors are also in series. But after we get the two equivalent resistance, those two resistance are parallel now.
No. Actually, what we are doing, we are taking this combination. We are taking this combination. Suppose this is
Yes,
a
sir.
black box
We have taken this combination.
and this combination is converted to this. Suppose this is your point one. Now this is your same point one. So within this, you are converting this circuit.
But sir, after converting the circuit, all the four resistance are in series. So how we will
How will you?
in the first diagram after getting in the first diagram, sir, after getting two equivalent resistance, those two resistance are in parallel. But in second diagram, all
In
the
the
four are
first
in
one, it was a
series.
current source, and in the second one, it is a voltage source.
So this is the equivalent circuit. You look at the type of the sources. We have done the source conversion. Source conversion we discussed in the very first class. You just take out your notes and see how this is possible. Okay, so here the VAB is I, that means into 4 plus 2, and that is how much? 18.6 volt.
18.6.
Okay, is it clear? It's very simple sum, but I have discussed this only to clear the concept, because here after conversion we are getting only one loop. Not necessarily in your circuit you will have only one loop after conversion also. After conversion you can get more than one loop. So then you will get more than one loop equation, though here we are getting only one loop equation. Okay, is it clear? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. So this is the loop current or mesh current technique. Bolo.
And sir, after taking the current as 3.18, the actual value of voltage will become around 19.08.
We learn.
তুই তো এখনই বললি 3.1 round off করে 3.2
I've
হতো।
taken only one place I have taken decimal.
Then if it is 3.18, then it would be
If it is
3.2
3.18, this is 3.2 only. Then you have to take 3.2. You cannot round up like that. Okay, so if you are getting 3.18 after rounding off for the first digit after the decimal, you have to take 3.2 only. Then here also you have to take 3.2. Okay, then it will be 19.2 only.
19.2. 19.2.
19.2.
So it will be 19.2. Okay. Another problem we'll discuss on the same technique. Then we'll go for the another theory. First, we will draw the circuit. Okay, so let us take this is node 1, this is node 2, and this is node 3. Whoa. Okay, now you just tell me that for this also you have to find out the mesh currents, which is given like this. These two mesh current we have to I1 and I2. This is the problem. So how we can proceed? for this particular problem. Anyone? This is also very simple circuit, but you have to understand first that how will you proceed at all. Again, you have to determine the loop current means by using mesh current analysis.
Sir, in the between the node 2 and node 3, 24 volt is available. So if I go through the 4 ampere, there will be also 24 volt, and current will be 24 by 4 equals to 6 ampere. That will be the I2.
No, you have to calculate, you have to write the node equation, the loop equations. Like the mesh current technique analysis only, you have to solve this. Now here the problem.
Okay.
Now here the problem is we have the current source, but we cannot convert the current source because we don't have any parallel resistance connected to it, just like the previous problem. Rather, we have
So
a
in the loop 1, the I1 should be equal to 5 ampere.
okay, but that without writing the loop. Okay, so you have to first write the loop equations, isn't it? Okay, so how you assume that first in the first loop it will be 5 ampere. Okay, so anyway, after that we'll determine that only. But here, what we have to do, you have to prove that in the first loop we'll get only the 5 ampere. Okay. Now here the problem is we don't have any resistance in parallel with the current source. So what we can do here, we can take and some internal resistance, though it is not there, but we'll assume some resistance. Okay, so we'll assume some resistance in parallel. Okay, so this is 2 ohm, this is 24 volt, this is your node 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Okay. So this we can write. Afterwards, what we'll do, we'll put the value of the resistance Ri tends to 0. So before that, if we have this, then we can convert it to an equivalent voltage source, isn't it? Now you just tell me, if we convert it, what we'll get? We'll get some voltage source in series with Ri only. Again, this will be 1, this will be 2 ohm, this will be the node 2, this is the 2 ohm. What is the value of the resistance? Sorry, the voltage source. Quickly tell me. What will be the value of the voltage source? The first one.
5 Ri.
5 Ri.
5 Ri. Okay, so here we take the loop currents like this. So this is I1 and this is I2. Okay, now I think you can write the loop equation, two loop equation. Quickly you write and tell me. Quickly. So remember, we are not sure that these two loop currents will be same because we have done some transformation. Is that point clear? You just tell me that why we are taking I1 prime and I2 prime. And what are the loop equation? Bolo again, bolo quick. What will be the first one?
2 plus r times I1 prime equals to 5 r I.
Minus
Minus 0 I prime equals to 5 r I.
I or I? Is it 5 or I?
24 to consider for R.
Yes, sir.
5 RI minus 24.
Minus 24.
Minus 24.
Okay. And the equation 2?
So 24 minus 2 I2 prime minus 2 I2 prime equal to 0.
24 কি করে আসছে? Left hand side তো only resistances থাকবে. 24 can be there in the right hand side. It will be 2 plus 2 only. The self resistances in that loop. You haven't revised the notes properly.
Yes, sir. That's why I said 24 minus I2 prime into 2 plus 2.
No, that is a KVL equation. We have to understand the difference. In the loop current equation, directly we will write this. Left hand side, all the current terms will be there. And the right hand side, you will have the voltage sources, voltage values. Okay, let us solve for I1 prime. So what is I1 prime? I1 prime is 5 Ri minus 24 divided by 2 plus Ri. You just check it. Okay, and what is I2 prime? What is I2 prime?
6
6
ampere.
6 ampere. Now I1. Now one question you haven't answered, that why I am taking I1 prime and I2 prime different than the previous one, that I1 and I2. Why I am taking prime?
Sir, we considered Ri. We are considering another resistance Ri.
Correct. So that means that is not the original circuit at all. In the original circuit, there was no Ri. Okay. Now, how we can approach this I1 prime and I2 prime to I1 and I2? So what we can write? How we can relate I1 and I1 prime? I1 and I1 prime, how we can relate?
Sir, we can take Ri to be very small, like 0.001 or something.
Can we write this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that means I1 is the value of I1 prime only, but limiting at the limiting case when the Ri is very small or almost 0. So here, if we put this value which we have already solved, that is 5 Ri minus 24 divided by 2 plus Ri. So what you will get?
minus 12.
No.
1 minute, sir.
You have to separate these two terms because there are j's in the numerator and the denominator. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, one thing I have written incorrect. You have also misguided me. That is, should I take Ri 0? Now you see in the circuit that Ri which I have taken here in parallel with the current source. So if I take Ri 0, whether we can get the original circuit?
No, sir, it will be short circuited. Like,
It will be short circuited. Then what should be the limiting value of Ri?
it should be very large, I guess.
It should be very large. So that means it should be infinite.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So that means it should be infinite. For voltage source, the series resistance can be 0. But for current source, the parallel resistance should be infinite for the ideal case. Got the point? So in that problem, you have to put infinite, not 0. And if we want to put this infinite, then what you have to do? Sorry. So it will be 5 divided by 2 by Ri plus 1. This is one term. And the second term will be 24 divided by 2 plus. Okay, so you don't have the Ri there, so this is Ri. Now we can put this Ri to infinity. Now let me.
Sir, the sign will be minus. Sir, the sign will be minus.
Correct. But my whiteboard is getting hanged a little bit, so I couldn't. You just check. You just change it. Okay. Anyway, what is the value of I1 then at the limiting case?
Okay, sir.
5
5 ampere.
So this is 5 ampere. So this is how we can prove that if we have a current source without any parallel resistance and a loop directly connected, so the loop current will be the value of the current source itself. Got the point? Is it clear? Any doubt? And anyway, this I2 prime doesn't depend on Ri, so we can write this is the I2 only. So that means I1 equals to 5 ampere and I2 equals to 6 ampere. So this is the answer. Any question? Any doubt? No? You don't have any doubt? Okay. Next, we'll start a new circuit theorem, which is called the superposition theorem. Okay. So before going into the superposition theorem, there is a term which is called the linear circuit. Okay, so do you know what is linear circuit? So linear circuit is that which obeys the principle of superposition. Principle of superposition. Okay, so if the circuit obeys the principle of superposition, we can call it a linear circuit. So that is the definition of linear circuit. Okay, it can be circuit or it can be any element, not necessarily a complete circuit. It can be any element like a resistance, whether the resistance is the linear element or non-linear element. So to judge that, we have to go for the principle of superposition. Now you don't know what is principle of superposition. So principle of superposition, basically the addition of another two principle. One is called the principle of homogeneity, another is called the principle of additivity. Now what is principle of homogeneity? Suppose we have an element like this, like a black box, and suppose we have an input x, another x1, okay, and the output is y1. Okay, now this y1 should be a linear function of x1. That means what? What should be y1? How we can write it? Some m into x1. Okay.
How it is coming? Will you please show?
No, it is not coming. This is the
Y1
principle
equals
of,
to mx1.
so that means we have something in this block which is m. No, I am. It is not coming. This is the principle of homogeneity. Okay, suppose you have an element or circuit in this black box. I don't know what is there inside, but I can measure the input and output. If the output is a linear function of the input, then we can call it this particular circuit or element is obeying principle of homogeneity. Got the point? কি বুঝতে পারছো আমি কি বলছি?
Yes, sir.
এটা হচ্ছে প্রিন্সিপাল।
Yes, sir.
আচ্ছা, নেক্সট হচ্ছে প্রিন্সিপাল অফ অ্যাডিটিভিটি। Suppose the same system, the same black box is giving y2 when I am applying x1. Sorry, x2. By giving x1, I am getting y1. By giving x2, I am getting y2. Now, if I add these two, so the same system, if I apply the addition of these two, I should get the addition of these two, addition of the outputs. Okay. So this is called the principle of additivity. কি বুঝতে পেরেছো তোমরা? So these two things are different. So first one is principle of homogeneity and the second one is principle of additivity. Now if I club these two, then we'll get the principle of superposition, which says that if I apply some combination we should get the same combination in the output also. Same linear combination, obviously, linear combination of the outputs. So this is called the principle of superposition. Okay, got it? So principle of superposition is called the test of linearity of any system. A system can be electrical system just like the circuit or any element, electrical element, or the system can be anything, any mechanical system as well. If the system is mechanical also, we can check or we can test for the linearity, whether the system is linear or not. That we can check by using principle of superposition. And thereby we can decide whether the system is linear or non-linear. Practically speaking, no system, no circuit, no element is ideally linear. Everywhere we will get some sort of non-linearity. But for our sake of simplicity, we generally neglect those non-linearity and we convert to some linear circuits. Okay, now come to the superposition theorem. Now, according to the superposition theorem, a circuit, obviously it should be a linear circuit. A linear circuit consists of, you can just write down it, but because I will not write it on the board. A linear circuit consisting of multiple sources, within bracket you write voltage sources and current sources.
Sir, your Jamboard has got stuck, sir.
Which board?
No, sir, is not typing.
I'm not
Yes, sir.
I'm not writing anything. Already I mentioned.
Sir is telling that.
But তুমি তো আমাকেই আরো কনফিউজ করে দিলে। Anyway, so the superposition theorem is applied for any linear circuit consisting of multiple sources, within bracket current sources and voltage sources. Okay, the next sentence is the response at any point of that circuit the response at any point of that circuit can be determined by adding individual responses or individual response বলা দরকার নেই, by adding the responses of individual sources. Okay, stop. Next sentence. When considering one source, all other sources must be kept off. When considering one sources, other sources must be kept off. Next sentence. A sources is kept off means shorting it in case of voltage sources. You just write not voltage sources, independent voltage sources. Means shorting it for independent voltage sources and opening it for independent current sources. So these are the 4 sentences that we have to write for. Any problem writing it?
So can you explain it what you have told?
Certainly, I will explain that. Have you written all these 4 statements? First one is for what type of circuit we should apply the superposition theorem. The second sentence is for the objective of the superposition theorem. That means, or objective or the method. That means a response at a particular point of the circuit. The rest, why we are taking the term response, because sometimes we will be asked to calculate the current. Sometimes we will be asked to calculate the voltage also. So response means the both. We are considering both current and voltage. So response at any point of the circuit can be determined by the addition of the responses from individual sources. Now, considering one source means what? The next sentence explains that considering one sources means other sources should be kept off. Now, what do you mean by keeping the other sources off? Now, the keeping other sources off means it means different from voltage source and current source. For voltage source, keeping off means you are just short circuiting it. And for current source, you just opening it. Current source ke off kora mane hocche etake open kore dewa. Voltage source ke off kora mane hocche eta just short kore dewa. সেটাই fourth sentence এ বলা আছে। ওকে, বোঝা গেল? কিন্তু একটা জিনিস তোমাদের এখানে যেটা আমি বলে দিয়েছি যে these voltage sources are current sources which we have mentioned in this theorem. You have to mention that they should be independent voltage sources and independent current sources. In most of the literatures, these terms are not given. Why I am mentioning this term? Because if there are dependent current sources and dependent voltage sources, we cannot make them off. We have to keep them in the circuit. We cannot make them off. Got it? Now I will explain that. Suppose I have a two loop circuit again. Again, I will take in generic term. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning, it should have multiple sources. So let us take two voltage sources, E1 and E2. Okay, now what I have to calculate here, I have to calculate the current here. So that is the problem. Now how I can implement the superposition theorem for calculating this particular current, that is the current through, sorry, this is Z3. Current through Z3. Okay. So by superposition theorem, you have to consider the source one by one. When you are considering one source, another source should be kept off. Okay. Now suppose first I will consider the source 1, that is E1. So when I am considering E1, what I will do? What I will do? Tell me. I mentioned in the theorem. When I am considering E1, what I should do?
I have to short circuit it.
Just short করে দেবো. Okay, and then I will solve the current through it. Let us take the current is I1. That is not the actual current which is asked in the problem. Okay, so this is one circuit. In another circuit, this will be there. You will consider this source, that is the E2 source, Z2, Z1 and Z3. But here you have to keep this source off, that is E1 source off, means directly short circuit, and you have to find out again the current through Z3, and you have to write it a different name, I2. Now you just tell me what is I1 and what is I2. Any theorem you can apply here. Just you can take this two parallel, Z2, Z3 parallel and Z1. So what is the value of I1 and what is the value of I2? So actually this final value of I will be the summation of these two as per the theorem.
Sir, I1 equal to Z1, E1 upon Z1 plus Z2 into Z3 upon Z2 plus Z3.
And this is similarly
Z2 plus Z1 into Z3 upon Z1 plus Z2.
okay. Is that clear? So this is also you can write like this E1 Z2 plus Z3 divided by Z1 Z2 Z2 Z3 and Z3 Z1. Here also you can write Z1 Z2 Z2, Z3, Z3, Z1. So finally, when you will calculate the I value, which is required for the problem, which is desired in the problem, you have to just add these two, or you have to consider the sign as you have taken the same direction. That means they can be added with the positive sign. Correct? Got it? Any doubt?
3.
No, sir.
Okay. We go for some problem then.
Sir, will you please keep the topic till this part for today? Because after some time we have electronics ma'am's class.
Yes, sir.
And electronics ma'am class will ask us some question. We need to revise some portions of it. And we need time, sir.
So that means I am not getting half an hour time for this class. And you haven't arranged one more additional class.
For today only, sir.
Okay, anyway, but your share should
Sir, for today only, sir, please.
your share should accommodate some class for me, because already I have missed another class. I already pointed that. আগে আমি একটা এক্সট্রা ক্লাস চেয়েছিলাম সেটা এখনো পাইনি প্লাস anyway I'm stopping here only. Next day I will
sir, for today only, just for today only, sir.
Understood. The next day I will discuss the numerical problems on superposition theorem, and then we'll discuss the Thevenin's theorem. And you should do some practice taking the numerical problems from different books. Okay, so anyway, if you have any doubt,
sir, in the next class, could you? Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello. Sir, in the next class, sir, could you? Sir, in the next class, sir, could you give us some sheet of problem solving sheet, something of that sort? Then it will be easier for us to solve the problems, because for us it will be difficult from the books to find that kind of similar problems. And
Exactly, sir.
Okay.
Can
so,
you
okay,
could
so
you give some sample problems?
I'll try to make some problem sheet on this circuit theorems. Then I will give you that. Okay, but nowadays the problems are also there in website, in the internet also. You can get some problem. Otherwise, এই যে আজকে যেটা শিখলে নেক্সট উইকের আগে যদি এটা প্র্যাকটিস না করো ভুলে যাবে। সেটাই সেই জন্য বলছি, you should keep on practicing the problems. Already 3 classes we have taken. Anyway, যেটা বললাম তোমাদের সিআর কে যে আমাকে আরেকটা এক্সট্রা ক্লাস কিন্তু অ্যারেঞ্জ করে দিতে হবে। Anyway, so I can stop here.